Boomers are clocking out, and they're taking decades of skill with them. The trades they dominated for years are now wide open, and companies are throwing money at anyone who can step in and actually do the job. If you've been looking for a way in, this is it. A recent survey showed that 82% of business leaders are worried about losing institutional knowledge as older workers retire. There's a massive talent gap, and it's creating real opportunity for people who still know how to work with their hands. In this video, we'll look at the jobs boomers are leaving behind, the skills they mastered, and the new demand that's pushing wages through the roof. Some of these paths are perfect for tradespeople, some are built for leaders, all are wide open. Oh, and I try to give pay estimates because videos are more interesting with pay estimates. Pay varies widely based on location and exact job. Also, high paying is relative. What is high paying to one person is not to another. For the sake of this video, high paying is higher than the national median pay. Let's break them down and see where the money is. Check out the full details by visiting the link in the description. Number 1. Electrician. Electricians aren't just flipping switches and replacing fuses. They're wiring hospitals, powering up data centers, and keeping entire buildings safe. When things break, they're the first call. And now that thousands of experienced electricians are retiring, companies are raising pay just to keep the lights on, literally. You can earn $55,000 to $100,000 without needing a 4-year degree, and demand isn't slowing down anytime soon. If you've got problem-solving skills and a steady hand, this trade pays off. The kicker? You'll always be needed. Number 2. Plumber. Forget the punchlines, plumbers are cashing in. They deal with systems most people never think about until disaster strikes. Every clogged drain, busted pipe, or renovation project needs a pro who knows what they're doing. As older plumbers step away, there's a real shortage growing in residential and commercial spaces. If you're willing to learn the craft, you'll be working steady and making $50,000 to $90,000 with plenty of room to grow. It's hard work, but so is being broke. Number 3. HVAC technician. If you've ever lost AC in the middle of July, you already know how valuable these technicians are. HVAC pros install, maintain, and repair the systems that make life comfortable, especially in places where extreme temps aren't optional. With energy-efficient upgrades becoming the new norm, experienced techs are cashing in while the rest of the market plays catch-up. Salaries land between $45,000 and $80,000, and that number rises fast with certifications and specialization. Boomers in this field are retiring fast, and companies are feeling it. That means more opportunities and faster promotions for those ready to work. Number 4. Construction manager. This isn't just hard hats and blueprints. Construction managers run the show, budgets, timelines, crews, materials. They keep the chaos organized so the project gets done on time and doesn't fall apart later. Veterans in the field are aging out, and with them goes decades of experience that's hard to replace. That's why top managers are pulling in $70,000 to $120,000, sometimes more. The good ones are hard to find, and the industry knows it. If you're wired to lead and don't mind getting your boots dirty, this is a high-stakes job that rewards people who actually know what they're doing. Number 5. Auto repair shop owner. Being your own boss hits different when you've got a skill set people desperately need. Auto repair shop owners are mechanics and entrepreneurs rolled into one. They diagnose problems, train staff, handle business logistics, and keep customers on the road. Most of the ones who built solid shops are boomers, and a lot of them are ready to hang up the wrench. That means prime territory is up for grabs. If you're sharp on cars and sharper with money, this path could pull in $100,000 or more, depending on location and hustle. Number 6. Real estate appraiser. Appraisers are the quiet MVPs of the housing market. Every mortgage, refinance, or investment deal needs someone to determine what a property is actually worth. It's a job that takes a sharp eye, local knowledge, and a no-nonsense mindset. Most appraisers today are boomers with years of experience under their belt, and the pipeline of replacements is weak. That's pushing pay up, with annual incomes hitting $85,000. If you're detail-oriented and want to be around real estate without swinging a hammer, this is a smart and steady route. Number 7. Manufacturing plant manager. These are the people who keep production lines moving and machines humming. Plant managers don't just oversee, they optimize. They deal with safety, efficiency, staffing, and deadlines under pressure. The ones who've been doing it for decades are stepping down, and replacing them isn't easy. That's why salaries are climbing, reaching $75,000 to $130,000 for top-tier managers. If you understand systems, lead with confidence, and know how to solve problems before they turn into disasters, this role has serious long-term upside. Number 8. Heavy equipment operator. This is one of those jobs where the view is better at the top, literally. Heavy equipment operators run bulldozers, cranes, and excavators that shape the backbone of construction, mining, and infrastructure work. It's a specialized skill that's hard to fake and harder to automate. The old guard knew these machines like they were part of their own body, and now they're aging out. That's leaving behind an urgent demand and some big paychecks, often hitting $85,000 for those who know their stuff. If you can handle the weight and think with precision, this trade doesn't just pay, it builds. Number 9. Boat mechanic. Boat mechanics keep the engines running on everything that floats, and these days, more people want to be out on the water than ever. Whether it's luxury yachts or fishing boats, breakdowns aren't optional when you're miles offshore. Skilled marine mechanics are already hard to find, and with experienced techs retiring, there's a real shortage growing fast. Pay runs between $40,000 and $75,000, but that climbs quickly for those working on high-end or commercial vessels. If you've got mechanical sense and don't mind salt and grease, this niche can turn into a profitable gig. Plus, it comes with a view. Number 10. Home inspector. Every house sale hinges on one person giving the green light or spotting the deal breaker. Home inspectors don't just look, they assess. Foundation, wiring, plumbing, roofing. If it can go wrong, they're trained to catch it before it becomes someone else's disaster. The best inspectors have years of experience, and right now, most of them are heading toward retirement. That's driving up demand and pushing pay toward $90,000 in hot markets. If you've got attention to detail and can handle a flashlight better than a sales pitch, this might be your in. Number 11. Diesel mechanic. Diesel engines power the trucks that move our goods and the machines that build our cities. When one breaks down, time and money are on the line. Diesel mechanics are the difference between keeping things moving or shutting everything down. And as older mechanics hang up their tools, shops and fleets are scrambling. Pay hit $80,000 and even higher if you specialize or work overtime. If you're good with your hands, not afraid of grease, and want a career that never slows down, this trade is solid ground. Number 12. Roofing contractor. Roofs don't get much attention until they fail. Roofing contractors handle one of the most important and dangerous parts of any structure. And right now, the talent pool is thinning. Boomers in this field built up decades of knowledge through sweat and sunlight, and they're retiring fast. Meanwhile, demand keeps rising, especially after storms, renovations, or new builds. Earnings range from $40,000 to $85,000, with even more on the table for contractors running their own crew. If you can handle heights and heat without losing focus, there's good money overhead. Number 13. Landscape architect. This job blends creativity with technical skill in a way few careers do. Landscape architects don't just design pretty yard, they plan parks, public spaces, and entire environments that shape how communities feel and function. Boomers have long dominated this space, and their retirement is opening up high-profile projects for the next generation. Pay sits between $60,000 and $100,000, especially for those who land large-scale or commercial contracts. If you're detail-oriented with a vision that goes beyond curb appeal, this path is both fulfilling and financially rewarding. Number 14. Machinist. Precision is the name of the game here. Machinists build and shape the parts that make everything else work: planes, cars, medical devices, you name it. It's not guesswork. It's blueprints, calculations, and machines that need human brains to run them right. Most machinists today cut their teeth in the 70s or 80s, and those hands are now heading into retirement. That's leaving shops desperate for new talent who can pick up the torch. If you've got focus, patience, and a love for getting things just right, this job can pay between $40,000 and $75,000 without blinking. Number 15. Funeral director. This one's less talked about but more essential than people think. Funeral directors guide families through one of the hardest moments in life, coordinating everything with care and professionalism. Boomers have dominated this space for decades, and they're leaving behind not just positions but reputations. That means a gap in compassionate, capable leadership. With pay between $50,000 and $85,000 and higher for those who own funeral homes, the financial upside is strong. But the real reward? Doing meaningful work that helps people when they need it most. Number 16. Electrical power line installer, repairer, lineman. Every blackout has one goal: get the lineman out fast. This job's dangerous, no sugarcoating it. But it's also one of the most essential roles out there, keeping the grid online and powering entire towns. Linemen earn between $70,000 and $100,000, and that climbs higher with hazard pay and overtime. As the seasoned pros retire, companies are scrambling to find people who can handle the physical strain and know the risks without flinching. If you're built for adrenaline and precision, this trade doesn't just reward, it respects. You don't clock in, you show up when it matters most. Number 17. Water treatment plant operator. Clean water isn't a luxury, it's survival. And the people who run these systems are often behind the scenes, making sure what comes out of the tap is safe. With boomers retiring, municipalities are losing decades of technical expertise. That's pushing pay between $50,000 and $80,000, especially in growing cities that can't afford downtime. Operators monitor systems, run tests, and troubleshoot equipment that most people never think about. If you're detail-driven and like structure, this role pays well and plays a critical part in public health. It's not flashy, but it's foundational. Number 18. Industrial machinery mechanic. Factories don't run without these guys. When machines break, production stalls, and every minute costs money. Industrial mechanics keep things moving, and that skill is becoming harder to find as veteran workers step out of the game. These roles pay between $50,000 and $85,000, depending on industry and experience. If you're sharp, hands-on, and not afraid to tear something down to fix it right, this path opens doors fast. The best mechanics don't just repair, they prevent chaos. And that makes them worth every penny. Number 19. Crane operator. When something heavy needs lifting, you call a crane operator. And right now, that call is going unanswered more than it should. The old hands are aging out, and most new workers aren't trained to handle this kind of responsibility. These machines aren't toys, they require intense focus, spatial awareness, and nerves of steel. Operators earn between $50,000 and $85,000, and even more for high-stakes jobs. This is one of those roles where your competence shows in real time. If you can handle pressure and love seeing results right away, this is your seat, literally. Number 20. Truck driver, long haul. Long haul trucking isn't for everyone. It's time away, long hours, and real independence. But for the people who stick with it, it pays well and offers freedom most office jobs can't touch. As older drivers pull out of the industry, the shortage is getting serious, and pay is rising to match. Earnings hover between $50,000 and $75,000, with owner-operators and specialized hauls pulling even more. If you like the idea of working solo and don't mind the road, this career still moves product and pays strong. It's the backbone of the economy, and it's running thin. Number 21. Welding inspector. Every beam, bridge, or factory frame starts with a weld. And it's the inspector's job to make sure those welds hold, literally and legally. Most of the top-tier inspectors right now have been in the game for decades. They're stepping away, and that's making qualified replacements harder to find. With pay ranging from $60,000 to $100,000, the door is wide open for anyone who can read plans, spot flaws, and stay exact. If you've got a sharp eye and a no-compromise mindset, this job puts you in charge of safety and quality at once. It's high stakes, high reward. Number 22. Custom furniture maker. Mass-produced junk is everywhere, but the people making custom pieces, the ones who shape wood like art, are disappearing. A lot of them are boomers who built reputations over decades, and now they're walking away with that skill in their hands. This trade is creative, hands-on, and personal, with earnings between $40,000 and $75,000, and plenty more for those who build a brand. If you've got craftsmanship and patience, you can charge what big box stores can't match. This is the slow lane that pays fast once people see the quality. Boomers are out. Opportunity is in. The generation that built it all is clocking out, and that leaves the rest of us with a rare opening. These jobs aren't trendy, but they're solid, respected, and finally getting the pay they deserve. As the experience gap grows, those who step up early will earn more and move faster. You don't need fancy credentials or viral followers. You just need skills, consistency, and a willingness to learn what boomers already mastered. The door's open. Walk through it while it still is. Thanks for watching. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends. Also, don't forget the link in the description.